Hey, welcome to Lessons with Mr. Clark. Today we're going to learn about factors. If you're following along in my school schedule, this is not week 5, it's week 4.1. Factors. So, what are factors? Well, factors have to do with multiplication. A factor times a factor equals the product. Okay, so factors are what you multiply to get a product. The values you multiply to get a product. And when we're talking factors, we're always talking whole numbers. Okay, so half of 4 is 2, so you can't say 4 times half are factors of 2. The values you multiply to get a product. Okay, so factors of 24, well, why don't you try to come up with some on your own first? 4 times 6, 3 times 8, 12 times 2. What about 1? 1 times 24. Yeah, you multiply 1 and 24 to get to 24. Those are all of them. You can't do 5 or 7 or any of those. So the factors of 24, and you write them from smallest to largest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 24. Usually you'll have an even number of factors. Unless the number has a perfect square, it'll be even. And we'll talk about that later on. Okay, so let's talk about the steps to find factors, so it's not just willy-nilly like that all the time. So we always start with 1. Then we try multiplying by the next number. And we're going to keep going until you reach a halfway or a double. Until you reach halfway. I guess that's a repeat. Until you reach a repeat or a double. Okay. So let's start here and then I'll show you step 3. So for 18, we start with 1. 1 times 18. And we're just going to keep doing the next numbers until we reach halfway or a double. 2 times 9, 3 times 6, 4 times, well, we can't do 4, so we can cross it off. 5 times, can't do it, cross it off. 6 times 3, if you look at that, that's the same as 3 times 6. So, we're going to keep going until we reach a repeat or a double. That's a double. That's a repeat. 3 and 6, 6 and 3. Repeat there. Okay, then we make a U, which looks like a smiley face, and then we list the numbers in order, smallest to largest. So here's my smiley face. We don't have to get this 3 and 6, they're on the outside, and we can just go around the smiley face, kind of the Amazon sign too. 1, 2, 3. Then we go over to the right side, 6, 9, 18. All right, let's do that with 36 over here. So we start with 1, and we're going to keep going with numbers until we get a repeat or a double. Okay, so then 2 times 18, 3 times 12, you know your dozens, 4 times 9, 5 times nothing, 6 times 6, ooh look, that's a double, 6 and 6, so we're done, we don't have to keep going. Alright, now we're gonna make our smiley face. I'll do it in red this time, going around the horn that way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 5, 6, we don't have to write 6 twice, 9, 12, 18, 36. Those are all of my factors of 36. Notice this time we have an odd number Because what I said earlier, remember if we have a perfect square, 6 times 6 was 36. We'll have an odd number of factors. All right, so that's factoring. Now let's do the greatest common factor. Don't confuse this with the least common multiple. The greatest common factor, well, the greatest, so it's the biggest factor that values have in common. So we'll say share, so we don't use the word common. The biggest factor that values share. Okay, so let's find the greatest common factor of 12 and 42. So we'll do our little smiley face here. 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4, 4 times 3. Oh look, we got to repeat 3 times 4 and 4 times 3. Then we make our smiley face around, or our U. So our factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Okay, let's do the same thing with 42. And if you're nice and neat, sometimes on long assignments, you'll already have 42 written somewhere. 1 times 42, 2 times 21, 3 times 14, 4 times nothing, 5 times nothing, 6 times 7, 7 times 6. Oh, we got to repeat. We're done. So now are you going around the horn? Okay, so now we're going to look, now that we have the factors of both these numbers, we're going to look for the largest we have in common. They do both have a 1. That's not the largest. They both have a 2. They both have a 3. They both have a 6. And they both have a 12. No, they don't. No, they don't. I'm sorry. Sloppy writing. So the greatest common factor, the common factors are 1, 2, 3, 6. But the greatest common factor is 6. Okay, so let's find the greatest common factor of 25 and 20. 25, 1 times 25, 2 times nothing, 3 times nothing, 4 times nothing, 5 times 5. There we have a double. So the factors of 25 are just 1, 5, and 25. Now for the factors of 20. 1 times 20, 2 times 10, 3 times nothing, 4 times 5, 5 times 4. There's our repeat. So the factors of 20 are 1, 2, 4, 5, I'm out of room, 10, and 20. Well, our common factors, we have the number 1 on both lists and the number 5 on both lists. So what's greater? Obviously the 5. The greatest common factor of 25 and 20 is 20. All right. In conclusion, today we learned about factoring and common factors, the greatest common factor especially. We'll do some word problems with that later in the year. Thanks for joining me. I hope you have a great day.